Feeling the loss of control in the spirit, so colorful. If you feel it, then let's go to a place where you belong. Give your strength to carry on. Open your heart, set your mind at ease. Live your life and you'll be free. We're gonna rise, rise, rise. Keep on rising, rise, rise, rise. Keep on rising,
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Toon Review YouTube channel for tonight's Face the Lads. And it's a special night tonight. Billy, your green screen needs pulling along a little bit, matey. It's a special night tonight because two guys are back with us and will be a regular fixture now on a Friday night Face the Lads show. So you guys can obviously come and join us, have a chat with us. Alex was, told he could have the night off, but he's joined us tonight as well. So it's all hands to the pump. But we welcome back the king of Qatar, Mr. Roy Caviani's in the house, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello. How's it
And
going?
we also welcome back our American squirrel-loving friend. It's Jimmy.
Hello, hello.
Welcome home. Welcome.
There you go. You got a big welcome, guys. The link to join us is at the top of the chat as usual. Keith Dites, who's been a member for 21 months now, says play the Billy Toot video to set the tone. I shall not be doing that. It's a family show. So far, we've got Peter waiting. We got Sam. We got Mr. Spoons, Barbara, Harry, and Susan all waiting to come on tonight. I think Susan's making her debut on the show, so she'll be coming on as well. Now, obviously, there's 5 of us hosting tonight, so you can ask your questions away. We'll get the particular views from all of us on different subjects. As usual, it's down to you what you want to talk about, but obviously the talking points from the PSG game and, of course, the Man United game tomorrow night. Kick off 8 o'clock, and me and Billy will be live from 7:30 with the game. Full build-up and team news, followed by play-by-play commentary of the game from St. James's Park. If you do enjoy the night show, guys, please do give it the thumbs up. And, of course, if you're new to the channel and you like what you see, why not subscribe? It is free to do so. Help us on the way to 26K. Come and be part of an incredible community. And don't forget to hit the notification bell, which will, of course, let you know when we schedule our live shows or we upload any videos. Right, you can become a member of the Toon Review by hitting the join button just underneath our ugly mugs. And you can also donate to the channel by hitting the $sign at the bottom of the live comments, which will also get you your comment read straight out. Right, hello, Mr. Caviani.
Hello, mate. How's it going?
How does it feel to be back on the Toon Review on a regular fixture now again on a Friday night?
Oh, it's great, mate.
Good.
We've
missed you. We've missed you.
Well, I've been watching you every week anyway. So.
Well, I know, but, we still missed you.
I put some comments as well.
Exactly. Jimmy, how are you doing?
I'm fine. I have a question for Alex.
Oh, fire away. Fire away, my friend.
Since he's got his ears to the ground on transfer news, is it true our guys are sniffing around Almada here in Atlanta?
I mean, I've not seen anything concrete that we can review on the channel, unless you've seen a link that means we can actually do it on a transfer show.
He's going out on loan somewhere, but nobody seems to
I
know.
mean, we've
That
been
seems
following
to
him
be
quite a
big.
lot, and well, I follow him purely because he's a football manager protege. There's a lot of them floating around out there that they've got high expectations in real life based on how they were sort of perceived on Football Manager when they first broke through. And yeah, I mean, looking at him now, it is stupid. He's got, Jesus Christ, 11 goals, 16 assists. That's bonkers. Yeah, he is a freak. However, unless we get properly linked with him, I've not seen anything. Again, if you see something, send it in and we'll
Well, there is news actually that it looks like Mr. Minte could be coming back to Newcastle United in January. The talks have taken place about ending the loan spell in January. So we'll see how that pans out. That could be some exciting news for us in the transfer window if Minte comes back, because he's on fire and looks a player.
like a new signing.
Yeah, it will be like a new signing, Alex. Right, let's start with the guests. And who shall we start? We will bring the debut girl on. Susan, good evening.
Hello, how are you doing? Nice to see you all.
Hello.
Yes,
Susan.
welcome,
all right?
welcome to the show.
Nice to be here.
Your debut tonight. And what would you like to discuss with us?
Well, starting with just how proud I was of every single player against PSG. It's just unbelievable how we played. And just the absolute heart in the team, like how we're all working for each other. Just thought it was absolutely magnificent. And me and my husband, we've both just been watching you all quite recently. Because I was a Newcastle fan. My first ever game was against Man U, and we won 5-0. I don't know if you remember that.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, Keegan here. That was my first ever game.
Roy's got a poster up in the background there of that.
That's
Yeah,
the match program.
yeah. Oh, it was so good. And I won it. Do you remember when the audience used to get like, it was my big brother and me? I was about 12. And you had to sort of do a quiz on like to win a game, and that was the game we won.
Oh, wow.
So like my brother knew all the answers to the questions, and we beat Sunderland 2-1. And my brother was like, "This is the attendance one, I think. This, that, and the other." And that was my first ever game. And in that era, like the Keegan era, it was just so exciting. And for years and years and years, you just wanted that ambition, and there was no ambition. Obviously, Robson there was, but like just for years. And now it's just when we win something, I really want it to be with this group of players.
Yeah,
that they are like a family. But one thing I was a bit disappointed with, and I'm going to be honest with you, was when I listened to you play, like what you think of the players, and then you rate the manager at the end. I honestly do not think there's another manager that could have brought the likes of Lascelles, Murphy. I don't think anyone in the circumstances that we had could have done the job that Eddie and his team have done, and he's just class, absolute class.
So what were you disappointed about with our play rating? What would you have given
Well,
Eddie
it's
Howe?
7 from Billy.
Yeah.
Well, I think you could have made a change. That's the only reason why I didn't.
Yeah.
But he knows. We
I
can't,
agree
like,
with
for
you.
me, he's just, for me, like the likes of Simon Jordan, who's like, oh, I don't think he's going to be the main man at the end of it. And for me, he's not. The likes of Pep Guardiola inherited like teams like Barcelona. For me, I think we've got the next potential Alex Ferguson on our hands. I really think he's. I just think he's world class.
Well, to be
Absolutely world
honest,
class.
that's the first time I've ever heard Billy linked with Simon Jordan, and I applaud you for that.
No, nothing to do with that. It's just Simon Jordan, because TalkSport, he says, I don't think he's going to be the manager that's going to be at the helm when we win the Premier League. And I don't know what he bases it off, because I can't imagine even the likes of Pep. If he was put into the position that Eddie Howe was in, I genuinely don't think he could have done any better. I don't know what you guys think.
Jimmy, would you have made a change on Tuesday night, or was he right? You know, was he right to keep everybody on there?
I think he was right because I really don't think he had a choice.
Yeah.
Do you not think as well, like if he'd have made a change, if he'd have made
the only thing.
Sorry, go on.
I'm sorry. Maybe I would have just put Hall in for just for one set of fresh legs. But it was all when the 8 minutes came up. I was like, we're screwed. They're going to find a way to take this from us, and they did. But I can't fault Eddie. And from what what you said about Simon Jordan, I'm of the point that if anyone screws this project up, it won't be Eddie Howe. It'll be the ownership group.
Yeah, that's understandable. Susan, we're going against Manchester United tomorrow. A team that everybody knows my feelings on. How do you expect that game to go?
I've got a good friend who's a Man United fan.
Well,
funny enough, he's South African. He's a South African. He's lovely.
Well, he's not going to be from Manchester, is he? Let's be honest.
That's what I'm saying. That's a joke. But yeah, it's a funny one. It's just they've always been there, haven't they? You know, like Keegan era, we were so close. Dare I say, I'd love it if we beat them.
Love it.
Love it.
What do you think the score's going to be?
Oh, you see, the thing is, I'm kind of with you guys, as in, like, it depends on the legs. I think it's we underestimate watching it for entertainment from the comfort of our living room.
Yeah.
The work rate and it's just, we don't have a plan B, but I do think we're going to win. I think we'll stuff them, to be honest. But
give the score, Susan.
I'm going to go 3-1.
Well, hopefully it is. Listen, thank you very much for coming on, Susan. You're getting a lot of very good comments in the chat saying that you need to come on more often.
Thank you.
Make sure you do. That was a cracking debut, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you. Take care, lads.
Thanks, Susan.
Bye.
Thank you.
Spoke really, really well there. Brilliant first caller. Roy, were you disappointed that there was no subs on Tuesday, or do you agree, like everyone else seems to, that his hands were a little bit tied?
I think Isaac looked like his legs were gone in the last 20 minutes, and that's the only one. And maybe
last 20 minutes. Well, last 50 minutes.
Well, towards towards the end of the first half, he looked knackered. Then at the beginning of the second half, first 5 minutes, and then just completely died. I thought maybe bring on Lewis Hall, or any one of the young lads who was I don't even know what they do.
Surely Ben Parkinson, just to lead the line.
Yeah, that's what Billy said during commentary, didn't he? I mean, Billy said that during commentary.
We mentioned this on the review. I understand that the other players behind him have to drop into shape and focus defensively, but Ben Parkinson could have just run around and chased lost causes and been a nuisance. He's not part of the defensive shape anyway. Just let one of the young ones run it. Like Ndiweni as well could have done the same thing. Bring someone on.
I mean, that's what you said, Billy, isn't it? An outlet. We needed an outlet, somebody to just chase the ball and maybe hold it up a little bit better, because Isak was just knackered.
Yeah, because every time the ball went anywhere near him, it was coming straight back, and hence we defended 10 yards further deeper, and that's always a recipe for disaster. If we could just get the ball for half a minute further up the pitch, defense pushes out, and give them less space to play in. That was the whole point of me taking Isak off if I'd have been manager. Yeah, absolutely.
Right, let's bring the next guest on, Mr. Proudlock. Good evening.
All right.
Hi, Pete.
That is a very, very nice hoodie you're wearing, my man.
It is indeed.
It certainly is, and
Absolutely. They are available in the on the website, by the way. Just sort of plug that. What would you like to discuss, Pete?
oh, should we get over there that heartbreaking on Tuesday night?
Yep. It was desperate, wasn't it?
It was absolutely heartbreaking, and it was just a disgraceful decision. How can you give a penalty for something that's come off someone's ligamento side and then onto an elbow? It's just...
I mean, Alex, the rules have been stated numerous times since that incident, haven't they? And it should never have been given. Yeah,
I mean, I don't want to argue, Pete, but it wasn't harsh. It was just wrong. It wasn't the right call.
Well,
it was wrong.
On a scale, it wasn't like a scale. It was the wrong call. The rules as written, that's not a handball. It's completely wrong. If they want it to be, if they want that to be a handball, then they have to change the rules.
There was one in the Bayern Munich Copenhagen game where the ball hit, I think it was the Copenhagen defender's hand. They won on the body, and VAR didn't even give it as a penalty or send the referee to the screen.
Yeah, I've seen that as well.
Yeah, I mean, Jimmy, there's a lot goes on in American sports. I know, the one I follow is obviously the NHL, and they have coaches' reviews and things like that, but they're only allowed a certain amount, for offsides or goal scoring opportunities, things like that.
Yeah.
I mean, when you look from over there, there's how sports are run there, and then you see the VAR over here making a complete ass of itself. Because when I watch the NHL, the decisions are always right. When they go to review, they're always right. There's no question. But with VAR over here, it's just absolutely shocking. And it's not the VAR system; it's the people doing it.
Well, I mean, when we went to the video reviews, especially in the NFL, it took some time. I mean, it took you're looking at a decade and it's still not 100%, but 98%. I mean, it's just, are you willing to, I guess, go through the growing pains of video review before you get it right? But with NFL, I mean, you don't have other governing bodies stepping in to screw stuff up. The referees work as a team. Here, it seems like we're more concerned with getting it right, and your officials don't want to embarrass their colleagues.
Bang on.
I mean, Korma here is saying NHL and NFL have timeouts all the time, so it's easier to make the right decision. NHL, you only get one timeout each. You only get one timeout to 30 seconds. That's got nothing to do with referrals. They don't use a timeout to do referrals in the NHL. NFL works a bit differently. Well, I mean, Peter, what do you think can be done? I mean, do they now have to totally revamp? I mean, we spoke last week, the three of us on the show. Do they scrap it until they get it right, or do they keep having these mistakes constantly, or what is the other solution?
You like to wonder, don't you? I mean, I think there's probably I'm not sure. I think you should scrap it till they get it right, because if they're gonna keep, it's gonna be the same problem every time now. And look how much disarray it's just causing every single time now. Completely, it's not getting any better.
I mean, Jimmy, can I just ask? You said growing pains in regards to it being used in American sports. Were the growing pains the same kind of growing pains we're having now? In that it's not the technology that's the problem, although I think that does need to be improved as well. But it's more the officials not making decisions based on their own rule set, which they're implementing. Was it tech or was it people?
It was people.
Okay, so it's the same problem then. This is not a new thing. But how long have we had VAR in this country? 4 years? I think 4-ish.
Yeah.
Because I remember seeing it in the Polish league the year before we got it in the Premier League. And it was, I don't remember any horrific decisions then, but...
I mean, Peter, Pete, what do you think of this new proposal that they're going to start looking at free kicks and corners as well?
I don't know, really, to be honest. It's a very strange one, isn't it?
I mean, you could be there for 3 hours for a game of football that lasts 90 minutes.
Yeah.
Well, it could be.
Yeah.
Aye.
I mean, free kicks. Does that mean they're going to look at every free kick, or is it just free kicks around the penalty area? Or
Oh, you like
they
to
could
know.
cause an opportunity? I just don't know.
I don't get that. No, I really.
Roy,
don't
what's
get
your
that at all.
thoughts on it? I mean, you know, where do you stand with it at the minute?
It's not the machines; it's the people behind it.
Yeah.
I mean, the ref gave the goal. He didn't give a penalty first, and then VAR called him. I'm not sure they showed him both angles because one angle wasn't clear. The back one, 100%. Anyone who's seen that would have said there's not a penalty. So but I blame the ref for that one.
Yep.
Because
Well, Billy, you called it during commentary. Why weren't we seeing a replay of it? I mean, it seemed to take an age before the fans even saw it. And I think had we seen it straight away, we would have known that there wasn't a penalty straight away because it clearly hits his chest, bounce up onto his elbow. But I mean, Peter, looking to tomorrow, you know, we've had an extra day off compared to Manchester United, a shorter flight, etc. The lads will be well up for it tomorrow, won't they? And, you know, Longstaff won't be playing, and neither will Willock. But we'll probably go with the same 11 again, I would imagine.
Yeah, I think we'll have got no choice too because of the injuries. Yeah, the players will want a big performance after would have felt absolutely heartbreaking. The most after missing out on the extra 2 points, and I think we can beat these very comfortably. I think Man U are just a poor side, really poor side in general. I mean, you've even said who gets in that starting 11 ahead of ours. I don't see any of them, and I think we can beat these very comfortably on tomorrow night. I really believe we will.
I didn't see the press conference. What is Longstaff definitely not available?
No, he's not available yet.
No, he said he doesn't have a time scale on Longstaff or Willock. So
Willock,
what about Kraft? Did they confirm or did they not ask that?
Never mentioned Kraft.
Lovely.
Look, I just think he said about Botman. Botman's training, but you know he's nowhere near training with the team yet, so he's going to be a while yet as well. So
yeah,
well, I guess it's just one of them things. What's your score prediction, Pete?
Newcastle United 3, Manchester United 0.
Oh, 0. I like the 0. I like the 0. Right. Thanks for coming on, mate. Peter does have his football show kicking off around 8 o'clock tonight. So don't forget to go and tune into that straight after this show. That's on Peter's channel, which is simply PD Proudlock. Go and tune in from.
I should be there tonight too.
And Billy will be on. And Billy is, well, how should we say it? His leash is taken off him. He has to behave on this channel, but Peter's football show, very different. So if you want to see if you want to see the dark side to Billy Trey, then head over there. Cheers, Peter. Speak soon, buddy.
See you in a bit, Pete.
Take care.
Good night.
Yeah.
So that was Peter. Next up, we have Mr. Spoons. Good evening.
Oh, Ian.
Hey, mate.
Oh,
Hello, lads.
how are you doing?
Very good, very good. Alex has disappeared. Oh,
yeah. He's.
tell you what a pleasure though to see Jimmy and Roy back on.
Hi, mate.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bringing another dimension from.
It is. It's like they've come home. But they'll now be a fixture every Friday. What do you want to chat about, buddy?
Anything you want, mate? Yeah, I'm just obviously I logged on really late last week. Apologies. I wanted to get on.
Right.
I think I only came on with 15 minutes ago, so I thought I'll get on nice and early this week just to have me little chat with you. Just because I'm not seeing you at the match, Paul. I'm missing you.
I know, mate. I'm hoping to get back for the Milan game. I'm targeting that one. I'm hopefully going to get an appointment with the doctor next week and sort me back out because it's just it's not great, to be honest. It's all to do with the Parkinson's though. But I'll have a chat with them and see what they can do.
Well, listen, if you need anything, I'm always there with the Batman.
I know you are, matey. I know.
Yeah.
What did you think of Tuesday night, Dean?
I thought we were excellent first half. I really did. Obviously we had to weather the storm a little bit at the start. After that, I thought we really came into it. The lads, you can tell, like, we've got 11 players there. I know where Susan's coming from with what she was saying before. Yeah. I was having a little dig at Billy behind the scenes there in our chat. I don't know whether he's seen or not.
He will.
Yeah, I thought he could, yeah. But he knows I'm only joking. I did call him the new Simon Jordan, which I thought was.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah. There's no way. There's no way.
No.
Susan, for a debut call, Susan's in Billy's bad books already.
No, she's not. She's not. I understood what she was saying. It's just the fact
there you go.
we needed to take Isak off because he was offering the.
Yeah, so let's go with that then as a talking point. So Isak was absolutely knackered from 30 minutes on, I would say probably, and I understand why he was left on. The only person on that bench personally that I would have really wanted to come on in that situation was I don't know, like. In fact, being honest,
he didn't want to change the back four, did he? He said that in an interview. He didn't want to disrupt, what was going on with the back four.
The only place we could bring anyone on was probably in the defence.
I think the opposite.
Or the striker. Why not a striker?
So the reason being is like the only strikers that we had on were kids, and I think he was trying to protect them. I'm not saying he's right or wrong. I just think that magnitude of
if you lose the ball further forward, you've still got the rest of the squad behind the ball. And Isak lost the ball 100% of the time in the second half. He didn't retain it once, not once. So the kid could, if a kid came on, they would have only done equally as bad or slightly better. There's no worse. I don't think anybody could play any worse than Isak played in that second half.
I'm not disagreeing with you.
Richie could have gone up front and he'd have done the same.
Yeah, I'm not disagreeing with you at all, to be honest. I understand why he didn't. You could have brought Hall on and maybe moved Hall into the midfield and pushed one of the midfielders up into that central striking position.
Yeah, but then that's risking changing cohesion.
And I think that's what I'm sort of talking about. It's one of those things where you could almost see that whatever he did would be wrong. So he was... Yeah.
There's no right or wrong, is there? There isn't any right or wrong here. Jack, thank you very much for your $4.99 super chat. He says refs should get a maximum of 30 seconds at the screen, and if there is not a clear issue, then they should have to go with the original decision.
Mm-hmm.
Not a bad shout.
I'm not sure that's Jack because that's a different picture.
No, it is Jack.
Unless it is Jack.
It is Jack. It's definitely Jack.
Jumping back to what Alex said, I don't disagree. Like, he was out on his feet and...
I'm not having a go at Isak. He's tired.
No, we're not having a go at Isak. The fact of the matter is, in that state, he could have got himself injured.
Yeah, but he won nothing. So what was the point?
Yeah.
A kid losing every single duel would have still achieved exactly the same as what Isak achieved. So there's nothing to lose. Like,
I don't think it's football.
Apparently that's not Jack. So it's somebody else using Toon TV. But Jack's got capital letters on his. So there you go. Right. I mean, what's your thoughts on this? I mean, it's a difficult one because there isn't really any right or wrong here, is there?
Apart from because maybe he would have done it. He could have done a change, and then we still would have conceded a penalty, and the fans would be like, "Oh, if he kept Isak on, maybe we would have won." So, I
think Alex is saying is right, and to be honest, I was screaming from 47 minutes onwards that Isak really needed to come off. But with hindsight, reflecting on it, I'm not saying he shouldn't have come off. I definitely think he should have. But what I'm saying is I understand what Eddie did. And I am guessing that he didn't want to put these kids into that lion's den of a situation where there's older people who, all right, Isak was about as much use of fart in a spacesuit. He was about as mobile as me, which is... trust me, anyone who's played any sort of sport with me will tell you that I'm not mobile, So I'm not disagreeing.
It's just the point that a kid might have won 2 or 3 of those duels. Yeah. And if the ball had stuck 2 or 3 extra times, that gives us, and we started maybe a move or we retained possession. That could have been 3 or 4 minutes total where the lads weren't under the cosh, which would have saved us fitness levels, which would have saved us additional shots against, and it all adds up.
Alex, it wasn't just Isak as well. A lot of them were out on the feet. You could tell.
No, I understand that.
But the rest were defending. The rest of them
were defending. So you don't want to change anybody in that shape in case they're not focused. And if they don't hit the ground running, we can see the goal.
Just to get someone on who runs around and occupies their centre half and stop them having it.
Who would you have brought on, lads? Who would you have brought on?
Parkinson.
Parks and
See, I'd
Ndueni,
have probably
any of
brought
them?
on Ndueni, to be fair. I think he's
I'd
got a
have
bit more
brought him-
versatility.
This is
not
the-
sure
I'd have brought an Ndueni. Do you know why? Because when he came on in the last game, that kid ran and ran and ran, and he's pretty sharp as well, isn't he? And I would have brought him on because
I don't think there was much difference. I think it was just one of them would have been fine. Like,
Do you know why? Do you know I'd have brought him on as well, just for his smile at the end of the game, like the
Yeah,
other game.
maybe.
Yeah.
What's your prediction for tomorrow, buddy?
My prediction is me and Tommy are going to get really cold because we're up in
In the cards.
Rolex level 7.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take me Willie Warmer with us. And I think we'll do them. I think the lads have had 5 days recovery time now, ish. It's 4, 5, 4, whatever it is. 4.5.
Yeah.
I honestly think that they're flattered to deceive. I've looked back at the performances in the Premier League. Yeah, they've won 5 out of 6 or whatever it is, but they've been scrappy wins. They've not been great. I think I'm going to go 3-1.
Cool. Right. Thank you for coming on, Ian. Enjoy the match with Tommy tomorrow, buddy, and we'll speak soon.
Cheers. Take it easy, lads.
Good night. So that was Ian. Mark's got a good point here. He says, question, how many think the clock should stop when checking VAR?
Yes.
Once they did that, then
Good
you wouldn't have
idea.
this.
You can't do that because if you do it in that situation, then you've got to overhaul and do it for the whole lot. Like you can't just do bits. You've either got to commit to that kind of structure overall in time management, or it's got to be the whole thing, or not at all. Surely.
I mean, that's potentially the biggest scam of the night was the 8 minutes added on time.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. I mean, if they stopped the clock, that would eradicate that. You know, if they stopped the clock for VAR, right, then that might eradicate the ridiculous extra time that we saw because there was no way 8 minutes. I mean, Jimmy, what did you think of that 8 minutes?
I don't know where they got it from.
Yeah.
I thought maybe 6 at the most. 5 or 6. But it doesn't matter.
I was thinking 5. I mean, Roy, what about you?
Yeah, I thought 5 max because there was no goals. They had 5 subs, so 4 subs. PSG, we didn't do any. I don't think there was no injuries or anything. So 5 max.
There were a couple of people who had medical treatment, but it wasn't for very long.
Yeah, quick ones. Yeah.
So probably 3 to 5. You could argue 3 to 5, which is subjective for just random stuff, and then whatever you add on for the PSG subs, which is what's the guideline? 30 seconds for a phase of substitution. So they made. I think they did about three phases. So that's 90 seconds. So even if we go 5 minutes plus a minute and a half for the subs, that's only 6.5 minutes. Well, so whichever way you stretch it, I don't know how you get to 8. Like you can get to about 7 if you really push it, but 8 is just ridiculous.
I mean, there has been talk about people wanting to see like a manager's challenge. You know, if a goal scored and the manager feels like it shouldn't have been given for whatever reason. But Keith makes a point in the chat. It's in in the NHL, if a coach makes a challenge, an offside challenge or whatever, and it doesn't get upheld, then the team that's made the challenge gets a penalty. So basically, they get a delay of the game. They get 2 minutes. They have to put a player in the penalty box for 2 minutes. So the other team goes on a power play. So
in the NFL, I think Jimmy, a coach can make a challenge, and if he gets it wrong, they lose a timeout, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, so in the sports there, they are the team that's making a challenge. If it doesn't get upheld, then the team are punished for a delay of the game, or like you say, a timeout or something like that. So, but I think it's a little bit different in football to try and give a manager's decision on that because they're pitch side. They can't really see anything. You know, in America, the NHL teams, NFL teams have got players up in the stands watching replays and video rooms and everything like that. I mean, technically we could have that, but ice hockey is very quick. The referral's very quick. They take the time over it, make sure they get the right decision. But of course, the clock is stopped, so it doesn't matter really how long it takes for a referral in the NHL because the clock stops every time the whistle blows. So with ice hockey, you're getting the full amount of time played, unlike football. So it's up for debate, isn't it? It's madness. Anyway, next guest coming on, we have Barbara. Good evening. Are you there, Barbara?
Can you hear me?
Yes, we
Hey,
can.
Yes.
I had myself muted so I wouldn't be making any noise.
Well,
Yeah, I'm not in a fit state to be on camera. I'm just getting ready to head off tonight.
Oh, you're
Well, early
coming
in the
over, aren't
morning.
you, for the game? Yeah.
I'm heading over
Are
for the
you- are you-
game.
is
My
the
flight's at
excitement
7 in the
kicking in?
morning. I have to be in the airport at 5, so
Oh,
I'm getting prepared for that. So
jeez.
my first game all season. That's ridiculous, isn't it? In this ballot, like.
Well, let's not get into the ballot because you know it's very much a talking point.
Yeah.
No
I mean,
ticketing.
you what, Jimmy?
No talk about ticketing.
No. I mean, look,
No.
I've said my piece on it.
That'll take a whole night to talk about that.
Exactly. What would you like to talk about, Barbara?
Well, obviously the last game.
Yeah.
It's just terribly disappointing. In the end, the way it ended, like the players are so proud of them all. Every one of them, they played their socks off for us, and for that to happen right at the death is just crazy stuff.
I mean, it was
And
an incredible.
everybody-
It was an incredible second half performance. I mean, Roy, we've asked for years for a team like this who battle and sweat blood and tears for the shirt. Yeah, and we got that right, didn't we, on Tuesday?
Yeah, I mean, all we ask for is a team that tries, and this is what we've got now.
Fighting for their lives. Yeah.
I'm proud of them. Doesn't matter. We could have lost. Doesn't matter. I'm proud of every single player on that pitch that day. I've never seen. That's probably our best one. I mean, I know we battered them at home, but we had a full team. And I think if we did have a full team on Tuesday, we would have beaten them. No worries. But with this and Lewis Miley, amazing. Man.
Yeah.
Even Miggy.
Wow. Hang on a minute. Mark that time down, guys. Just before the 37th minute of the show, Roy Caviani has praised Miggy Almiron.
I mean, I'm sitting there like, yeah, but amazing. I mean, Mbappe, Mr. Power Ranger.
Oh,
What is it? Well,
Yeah,
was it?
swamp
I think
rat.
I'm
no.
going to say Mr. Sitter then.
No, it's his comment after the game.
Yeah.
Bitter. What a numpty.
I've lost so much respect for him after that.
Yeah.
What a player Livramento is, though. He was just unbelievable.
Oh God. I mean,
Yeah,
Every
amazing.
game he's played, he's just been unreal. He was worth 100 million, that player.
the excitement for him coming through is incredible, isn't it? I mean, we just
Wow, he's
expect
just unbelievable.
so much from him. I mean, are you expecting the same side tomorrow, Barbara?
Yeah, he hasn't have any options really, does he?
No,
In fairness.
no, his hands are very much tied. I mean, look, there is talk. You know, we spoke about it on the preview last night, Alex, and maybe Lewis Hall. But we just, when we looked at the team itself, we just couldn't fit him in, could we? I mean, we thought maybe Longstaff might be fit. He's not fit, so he's not playing. So he's got to start the same 11.
I have to, yeah.
Not necessarily. I think I'd say there's a small chance that Richie starts.
Oh, piss off, Alex! No, give our man, give your heat a shake. I'm not having that,
done
Alex.
it twice this season. Why you don't think you trust
not
Richie?
against Manchester United.
Oh no, I would agree, but again, it completely depends on how Miggy and Gordon have trained in the last couple of days and how fit they are, how much we think
They'll
they're going to
have
be able to
trained
give.
like warriors. That's how they'll
Yeah,
have
well,
trained.
hopefully, yeah, but it depends. It depends on that. We'll see, but I think that's probably. Hall is a good shout. However, the defense are fine. I think the defenders are fine. Livermento's fit and healthy. Fitness is fine. I don't think there was really any need for further back in the pitch. I mean, unless Hall goes further up, but who knows?
Well,
Who knows?
I think it'll be the same 11. But Barbara, what do you think the score's going to be? Give us a prediction.
I'd say it's going to be 3-1.
Excellent. Everybody's confident tonight. Well, listen, Barbara, get yourself some kip. Get on that plane and enjoy your day tomorrow.
Good to see Roy. And
See you, Barbara. You too.
Jimmy on back on again. It's great to see the two of you again. It's great.
We should start calling this show the Bearded Five, shouldn't we? Really? There's not one clean-shaven chin on this screen. Cheers, Barbara. Enjoy your day.
Okay. Will do.
Cheers, Barbara. Have a great time.
Paul, I was hoping to meet you again. Well, you won't be there, so that's sad. But
I'm good. Maybe next time, hopefully. Fingers crossed.
Please God. See you guys. See you, Billy.
Enjoy it. Good night.
Yeah.
Ta-ra, Baba.
Talk to you again.
I'm not
Well, that-
saying I want Richie to start. I'm saying that he is
Alex
an
is getting
outfield
Billy.
option, and he has a chance of starting. Like, right, if you're telling me if they fail a fitness test tomorrow morning, if Miggy or Gordon fail a fitness test, who plays? Richie, 100%.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I want that. I'm saying that's what will happen.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what you want from me. Like, that is actually what will happen. It's fact.
Well, if somebody fails a fitness test tomorrow, Lewis Hall will be in before Richie, Alex.
What, for in Miggy's position?
Why not?
Richie would play there, 100%.
He might switch Gordon and put Lewis Hall on the left side.
Unless he puts Livramento as a right wing and brings Hall in as a left back.
Yeah.
There is an option. There is an option. Andrew DB says, Alex, you are right. Take no notice. Well, let's bring a man who may have an opinion on that. Darren, good evening.
Oh, boys, all right.
Hi,
How are you
Dazza.
doing?
All right, mate.
Not too bad. I'm still a bit hurting from Tuesday night in Paris when you see that VAR decision go against you, you know.
Yeah.
It felt like the feet when you're in the ground, you know. But I was led right. I was 1-0 win, wasn't I? Was led right.
Yep.
Mm.
Yeah, you were.
Should have been
I mean,
yeah.
it should have been. In fact, it was 1-0 because the penalty should never have been. But you know, it won't look like that in history, will it? So, what did you think of the second half performance, Darren? Because it was very much back to the walls. But a lot of people saying it was more of a game plan than it was, anything else.
I've got to pain myself. I've got to agree with Alex that Isak didn't keep the ball up at all. Second half, he had one slight chance. He didn't get the ball out of his feet to have a shot, but he done nothing really second half.
Yeah.
But like on another day, they could have scored their goal, their chance they had, but they didn't. But with defending the team, you kind of complain. I wasn't impressed with PSG at all because Mbappe, I've seen him play twice now, and he's done shite.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I mean, tomorrow's going to be tough, isn't it, Darren? Because obviously, we played a tough game in PSG, but Man United away in Galatasaray, they had a very, very difficult game. They'll have been disappointed. They've had a longer flight home than us. So, realistically, we've got an opportunity here because they're not a great side, Manchester United.
They're not a great team, but they've got more. They've got a bigger squad than us.
Yeah.
Where we haven't, we're down to like bare bones. And if, like I say, if Amaron or Gordon are out injured, Alex hits me on the head. Richie plays because I think you'll keep the same back four who played.
Yeah.
On Tuesday night. I don't think you can change it. To be fair, I think the four of them they've got a unit there. They're working hard for each other. The midfield, three midfield will be the same. Miley, Bruno, and Joe Linton.
Yep. Alessandro says here, I was dying last week, and Paul said it takes a little while for Richie to warm up his wheelchair before he gets going.
Hey, no wheelchair jokes. Just kidding.
I know you are. I mean, look, Jimmy, Matt Ritchie he's still in the squad. He still does a little bit of a job, but I just can't see Eddie Howe throwing him in, even if there is an injury. I can't see Ritchie starting. He hasn't got the legs for a pacey, fast game, which it will be tomorrow.
I don't want to see him on unless he's coming in as a sub.
Sub, I don't mind. I don't mind.
I think he's still got some pace there, Paul. I don't think he's.
Darren, are you drinking the same as what Alex is drinking tonight, or what? Did you just say he's still got some pace?
You must have given it.
He's on the malt liquor.
I think he watches back the telly in slow motion. He thinks, bloody hell, he's quick.
It's very rare. I agree with Alex, but it's desperate time doesn't measure. And he's, but Alex is right. If Gordon or Amron out injured, Richie's next in.
I mean, Kenny's just offered a frightening thing. No, absolutely no way.
Oh no.
Kenny, give your head. In fact, take your face for a rather large poo, my friend. That is ridiculous. By the way, we've got Predator in the chat as well. Hope you're on the road to recovery and the operation went well, Preds. We were all thinking of you, mate. Nice to see you in the chat. So let us know how you're doing, bud. Darren, listen, we hate Manchester United. It's common knowledge. What are you going for tomorrow?
I'm gonna go for a 2-1 win tomorrow.
2-1.
Yes, I think
so you think we'll concede?
Yes. I mean, Nick Pope, yes, Nick Pope's a good shot stopper, but his distribution's shocking. His kicking's absolutely shot.
Why does that mean we're going to concede?
Eh?
Why does that mean we're going to concede?
I know I'm saying that. I just think I don't trust the lad's kicking, and he's kick dodgy or something like.
I agree with that. How do you think we're going to concede, though? In what manner? Like a mistake, or a free kick, or a penalty, or a counter attack?
Goals can come anywhere, can't they?
Well, yeah.
Well, it's Man United. It's Man United, Roy. So there's a chance there'll be a penalty.
Yeah.
They could score any time. Like you see that goal against Everton, that was the worldly. Do you know what I mean? The all keepers go and goal. You can't see they're not.
Roy, what do you reckon?
Yeah, the front three is good, so they might score. Yeah, I still think we'll win. They've got Maguire and Onana. So
who?
Is it Onana? Onana?
What's his name?
Onana.
What's his name?
Oh God.
I've shot to that bloke is he's dodgy as anything. Just because he's a liability, that bloke.
We need to get at him, don't we? I think that just get some shots in. Darren, are you going to the game, Darren?
I am, mate. I'm there tomorrow.
Right, well, enjoy it, buddy, and we'll speak to you next week.
I hope to see the game at AC Milan when we get there.
I'm itching to get there because I've got a ticket for Phoebe as well, so hopefully we'll be there. But I'll see you soon, matey. Enjoy it.
Cheers, Dazza.
Enjoy, mate.
Good night, Darren. So that was Darren. We've got who's next? Hang on, we've got a super chat coming there from Alessandro, $5. Thank you very much. No offense to anyone for bringing that joke up. Keep up the good work, gents. There was no offense taken, Alessandro. It was me that said it last week, and Jimmy is right up there with my banter, so there's no problem at all. In fact, Jimmy, where do you stand with Matt Ritchie now? Because it is weird, isn't it, to think that he's still there?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I mean, if we need fresh legs, even if those legs are shot, I fully expect him to play some part tomorrow.
You think he'll play a part tomorrow?
Let's be honest, he's not in the squad for his legs. He's in the squad for his leadership and experience, isn't he?
Yeah.
Can I add an extra comment to that as well about obviously I said Livramento could play right wing because it was tested before. I think the more Livramento plays amazingly well in defensive roles, the less likely we are to see him further up the pitch. I don't think Eddie Howe's going to try him right wing. I just don't, because of how good he is as a defender. There's just no point. I don't think they'll do the experiment with bringing Hall up and pushing Livramento further up, just because it's just risking too much losing Livramento's defensive quality because he's so good.
Yes, indeed. Let's bring our next guest on. Just down the road from you, Billy. Sorry, Jimmy. Sorry, not down the road, but a good flight away. It's Josh from Philly. Josh.
Hey, guys.
Good evening. How are you doing?
Can't complain. Happy Friday.
You too, my man.
Fly, Eagles, fly.
Is that supposed to mean something to us, Jimmy?
It's the NFL team, isn't it?
I know it's the NFL team, Billy.
Jalen Hurts.
No. What are you more into, Josh? Is it the NFL or is it the Flyers?
Well, so my family's all from Pittsburgh originally. So
it's the Penguins.
And no, I don't really watch much NFL anymore.
Good, because it's shit. What about the NHL? Let's talk about that.
Sure, yeah, we can talk the NHL. I know you like the Rangers.
I'm massive Rangers fan. Best team in the NHL this season, by the looks of things as well, Josh. That's just how it is.
Hey, playoffs is a totally different season.
Yes, it is, but that's not till April. So we'll see how we do then. What about Newcastle, Josh? How are you feeling about the way things are going at the moment?
Honestly, I'm just so proud of a team. Like, you know, obviously I'm angry and disappointed, but I instantly just was like, you know what? Like, I don't want to be like these whiny Arsenal fans, whiny Liverpool fans complaining. Like, at the end of the day, it changes nothing. And, you know, I know there were some dumb pundits out there saying, like, you know, you look at the XG, it's still kind of fair or whatever. First of all, as much as I'm into stats, XG is not a goal.
Yep.
And I think even Stato would agree with that. And
no, he won't.
No, that's very true.
You know,
No, he won't.
But at the end of the day, you know, I'm just so proud of them. And, you know, sure, we can nitpick about the things you guys were talking about, Isak earlier. I mean, I certainly was screaming a few times of like, how can you not at least collect one of these?
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, everyone gave it all, and that's all we can ask for.
Yeah. I mean, look, Roy, it's great to see, though, the amount of pride these players had on Tuesday night for the shirt. And, you know, just take that kind of attitude into the game tomorrow night. And we're halfway there already, Roy.
Yeah, I mean, if we play the same, we'll beat them. We'll beat Man U easily.
Yeah.
I think these players do understand what club wants and what the fans want as well. So it's not just we've been buying the right players. We've been buying the right players with the right mentality as well.
Mm-hmm.
And if you notice, we played Norwich 2 years ago, exactly yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And it was 1-1. And that's the game Joe Linton moved to midfield. And we've got 4 of those players who played PSG. So we had Fabian Schär, Joe Linton, Miggy, and Lascelles.
Mm.
So imagine those players can barely compete against Norwich 2 years ago, and now they're playing PSG. And PSG was lucky to get a point.
Since we're doing flashbacks, the last time we played Manchester United, which was very recently, we beat them quite convincingly. Do you want to know who our starting right winger was?
Oh, he's
Miggy?
I know it was Matt Ritchie, but it was a Carabao freaking Cup, Alex, man.
Yeah, they still played a very strong lineup.
Yes, but it was the Carabao Cup. We changed out practically whole team.
So they had Casemiro, Lindelof, Reguilon, Mason Mount, Garnacho, you know, Martial leading the line. Maguire was playing, and Anana was in goal. Most of those players are going to be involved tomorrow. So we still beat them.
It's a good sign, though.
I'm not saying that Matt Ritchie should start. I'm just saying he played last time.
I'm getting the feeling that Alex is now starting to have a love in with
No,
Matt Ritchie.
I just feel like people are being unnecessarily harsh on Matt Ritchie. I don't
I'm not
want him
being
to start
harsh on
either.
him. I don't think he's.
Not you,
think,
just people generally are being unnecessarily harsh.
I don't think he should start because I mean,
I agree.
Rabbit Nunn has said he never lets us down. I agree. You can never fault Matt Ritchie's effort, but you know, I just
don't like injustice. I feel like I personally at the start of the season didn't think he was going to be good enough at all to play any games this season. And I've been proven wrong. He sort of can give about 70 minutes and then he does tire off. He's still got reasonable technical quality. He can give us a little bit more than what I thought he could give this season. I thought he was probably done and just kind of staying on as a cheerleader. But, you know, same as Paul Dummett, you know, they might be able to give us 500 minutes this season and contribute, which is fine, you know.
This is great. Rani Granny says, from now on, I'm calling Alex Stat Ritchie. Josh, the game tomorrow, obviously, it is against Manchester United. You know, they say there's no rivalry there, but there clearly is. We don't like them, they don't like us, etc., etc. But I mean, it'll probably be this. You know, realistically, probably the same 11 that will start. So, are you confident that same 11 that started Tuesday night will have what it takes to not just play the full game tomorrow, but also beat Manchester United?
Yeah, I think I'm fairly confident. I mean, at this point, there's not many weeks I'd go in like nervous or dreading. I mean, some of the games in past weeks, maybe the Man City, again, that was Carabao, but still some of those other games, I was like kind of prepping myself for maybe a wiping of the floor or a humbling, and they never happen. So at this point, until I have something happen to us to make us have to fear that again, I mean, why should we? And as much as, you know, PSG are entitled, I mean, they didn't really offer that much. I mean, they were dangerous. That last 15 minutes that Barcola kid did, you know, gave us a couple of scares. But generally speaking, it was a lot of flair things, but no end product. And at the end of the day, they never really actually threatened. And Man U is definitely no PSG. I mean, sure, Rashford on his day or something like that, they can put on a great performance. But I think that's what it's going to take. That's the only way Man U beats us, is if one of their players have a day.
Yeah. James says, truly think Man United are going to get a proper old school pasting tomorrow. Can't wait. Can't think of goal because I think the Toon are going to punish him and too right. Listen, I just hope we go at them from the off. I mean, Roy, you know, just go at them. Go at them from the word go. They don't like it when we, you know, get up at them. You know, put a couple of tough tackles in early doors, rough them up, get them upset, and just demolish them.
Exactly, yeah. Just rough them up. If we score first in the first 10, 15 minutes, it's going to be a 4-5-0 game.
Yeah, Billy, you said that yesterday, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. The only thing that worries me about it is they're a very lucky side.
Yeah. They do. They carry the luck, a lot of it. Bison says, hello, Jimmy. I'm supping blackberry moonshine. Where's your apple pie moonshine? 2-0 to the Toon tomorrow.
In the refrigerator. And I will be having some after the show.
Nice.
I just mention, by the way, we'll post the TTR mailbox link down below so that if Matt Ritchie gets subbed on and scores a goal tomorrow, I'll expect my written apologies in cursive, signed. I want it stamped in blood.
Yeah, I mean, Alex, we could all use another Matt Ritchie.
Yeah,
could you imagine if Ritchie scores tomorrow? Now, after all of this,
Alex, I'll make a deal with you, right? If Matt Ritchie comes on tomorrow and scores the winning goal, right, I will wax my legs live on the review show. Okay,
deal.
Right, there you go. Josh, what's your prediction, buddy?
I think I'm going to go 2-0. Or 2-0, I should say, for you guys.
Yes, make sure you speak in English terms.
Yeah. 2-0, but no, 2-0. I think if it was our starting, I think we're looking at a 3 or 4-0. But I think with the reserves and energy, it could be a little bit closer.
Yeah. Right. Thank you for coming on, Josh. Stay safe out there, buddy, and we will see you very soon on the next one.
Yep, you as well, guys. Cheers.
All right,
Cheers, Josh.
Good night. Cheers, Josh.
Yeah.
We've got 3 left to come on, so we'll go through them quite quickly because we're pushed for time. But we've got Harry, Connor, and the mighty Win to come on, so we will get those on before we finish. Very strange noise going on in this house. Anyway, let's bring Harry on. Huzzah! It's Jimmy's nemesis.
Oh my God.
Harry, what's it like to see Jimmy again after all this time and knowing that he still hates you to this day for demolishing him in the quiz?
Feels good.
So how are you doing with puberty?
Pardon?
How are you doing with puberty?
Who?
Puberty.
Puberty.
Oh, puberty. Harry, don't listen to him.
Probably better than Miggy.
What do you want to chat about, Harry?
Miley.
Yeah.
Yeah. Personally, I think he's going to be a future captain.
Interesting. He's definitely got a mature head on his shoulders. I mean, he played well on Tuesday night, didn't he? He never got flustered.
Yeah, probably behind Rubberman, Arthur, you play our best player.
Yeah. What did you think of Miley, Jimmy?
I can't believe he's as young as he is. I mean, you figure after this season, imagine what his price tag would be.
Oh, it's through the roof. I mean, you know, you look at the young players we've got, Roy, coming in, and it's so exciting, isn't it, to know that this is the future of Newcastle?
It is, yeah, and I know we probably wouldn't have seen him if Longstaff wasn't injured, but I just love the kid. He plays like a 30-year-old, not 17. Mature and composed, and he's better than Longstaff. Don't hate me for this. He is better than Longstaff.
Hey, it's all about opinions. It's all about opinions. Look,
mean,
Alex
no
thinks
Madison.
Alex thinks Matt Ritchie's the best player in the squad, so it's all about opinions tonight. You know what I mean? He's getting angry. He's stroking that beard even firmer.
I'm just
now,
thinking
isn't
that's a big claim saying Marley's better than Longstaff already. That's a big shout.
Because what it is, I just try to go back and think, what was Longstaff doing when he was 17? What was I doing when I was 17?
We don't want to know what you were doing.
You're probably in jail.
Roy, you were in crocodillos when you were 17, young man. I know where you were when you were 17. We're haring down crocodillos in Chesley Street, but we'll not talk about that. Harry, are you looking forward to the game tomorrow?
Yeah.
What do you think? What do you think the score's going to be?
1-0.
Only 1-0.
Only one.
Yeah, I'm not. That it's because of starting to play the full game on Tuesday, and I've got a feeling it's going to be the same one with the fly and all that. I've got a feeling they're going to feel a bit tired, but once we score, I think that would just be game over.
Yeah, hopefully you're right. Well, listen, if it's 1-0. We'll be very happy anyway. Is there anything you'd like to say to Jimmy before you go, Harry?
Next time there's a quiz, I'll beat you again.
Well, we'll make sure that when the quiz is on, Harry will get you on first against Jimmy, because that should be a good laugh. Enjoy the game tomorrow, Harry. We'll speak to you soon.
I will. Thank you.
You're the man, Harry. You're the man.
You're the man.
Can I make a point about Moily quickly? Just a very quick point.
Of course you can, yeah.
You just got to think how lucky we are that we've got him now, because 10 years ago, his exit route had been planned out for him already.
Oh, God, absolutely. He wouldn't have been brought on in the way he's been brought on. He'd been shipped off without a shadow of a doubt. Right, we've got Connor, and then we've got the mighty Win to finish off. Connor, good evening. Connor?
I've unmuted myself now. My apologies.
There you go. He's there.
Yeah. Listen, fantastic show tonight, lads. Really enjoyed it.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I wanted to talk, obviously, about Tuesday night. First, I wanted to talk about the class of Eddie Howe, actually, because that was such a bad decision that takes our own fate in the Champions League out of our hands.
Yeah.
It really does put us, behind the eight ball in that aspect. And the way that he conducted himself after the match and the post-match interview straight after it, and then in the press conference, I just thought showed sheer class, because we've seen the likes of Klopp and Arteta spit the dummies out of the pram and call for rematches and call for everything's terrible, it's the worst thing we've ever seen in our lives. And Eddie Howe just comes out and I think poignantly and concisely says it's the wrong decision, explains why it's the wrong decision, and then moves on. And I just think conducts himself the way top managers should. So I think he deserves a lot of praise for that, because he's totally outclassed a lot of the managers we've seen this season with these decisions.
It hasn't been spoken about, Billy, has it, very much since that interview? How well he's conducted himself through all of this. And to be fair, we haven't spoken about it either. But he just, no matter how much he's hurting inside, he will always remain calm in front of the cameras and not get carried away like certain other managers do.
Yeah, because he knows with the club he's representing that he'll get the hammer thrown at him straight away if he does, I think. I just don't think he's got that in his locker anyway, if I'm perfectly honest. I think he's pretty calm and calculated at the best of times. When behind closed doors, obviously we've seen on a documentary that he can get vociferous and kind of leery and rousting teams up.
Mm-hmm.
But in front of the cameras, he's a perfect professional, and we've seen it in every press conference he's done since he's been at the club. He's conducted himself in a professional manner every time. So, even as something as extreme as that, he managed to maintain dignity. It's just one of the reasons why we're so lucky to have him, really.
Yeah. Just quickly, Connor, touching on tomorrow. I mean, are you confident? Are you worried about anything in particular, or do you think we should go out there and just stuff them?
I'm not worried at all, no. I think the fact is that, we're very short on the ground, 11 players out and all that, but actually they're not a great side at all. The whole stats of them being the informed side is a total deception. they've been very lucky. They've scraped a number of results, and I think when we went there and made the changes we did, and even when Matt Ritchie starting in our squad, still managed to absolutely thump them. I have no fear going into the game tomorrow. I do think.
Sorry, hang on. Say that again, because you just made Alex smile, and that's not an easy thing to do on a Friday night.
He's just sticking up for his compatriot, you know.
No, I said even with Matt Ritchie in his squad, we managed to thump him, and I wouldn't call him a compatriot as such because he basically stuck the middle finger up to Scotland a couple of years ago, Matt Ritchie. So, but no, you know, I think it just shows where
he's
we're at.
about as Scottish as my testicle hair. So don't you
Oh,
kid
he is.
yourself about that.
Have you not heard that clip during the pandemic with the empty stadium?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He can't repeat it. Is what
I can't repeat it on the show, but if you've not heard it, you go and have a look at it. It's funny.
What's your prediction for tomorrow, Connor?
I'm going for another 3-0 win. I think just put the pressure on an Anna ping balls to him. He'll put them in for you if you don't score anyway. So it's absolutely fine.
That's a very good point. Connor, thanks for coming on. Get on earlier next week, mate. We'll have a decent convo with you.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks very much.
Take care, buddy.
Take care.
Good night. So that was Connor, and we will finish up the show with the mighty Win. Good evening.
Good evening, boys. How are you doing?
We are doing Al Reed, my friend. Champion. How are you?
Alec, I'm completely on your side, mate. As far as I'm concerned, good
this is
few
not
years.
how I wanted to finish the show with
for
him.
a good few years
he's
now.
grinning like Jeremy Clarkson did in Top Gear. God Almighty.
For a good few years now, Matt Ritchie has been the most intelligent footballer that we've had in our squad. You know, he's obviously he's getting on, so his legs on what they were. But in terms of intelligence, he is absolutely comfortably the most intelligent footballer we've got in the squad.
What above Bruno?
Oh, miles above Bruno.
Trippier for me.
Anyway,
Trippier.
Hang on, no, Trippier. Hey, Trippier, fantastic, you know, and intelligent to boot. But in terms of what Matt Ritchie does in any area of the pitch, he finds himself. He knows what ball he's going to play before he gets the ball. But that's by the by. That's not what I'm on. I am really worried about tomorrow.
You're worried? Okay.
I'm worried about another Bournemouth performance when the same 11 players are just going to the well too often.
Yeah.
And can we keep it? You know, it would be lovely to do what you say, Paul. Get at them from the off, a dogged broth, and I think that's what we've got. That's what we've got to do.
Yeah.
We've got to try and get a goal in the first half hour, because the last half hour in Paris, we were dead on our feet and just absolutely hanging on for grim death.
Do you know it'll be different though when we're playing at St James's though?
Absolutely, yeah, I agree there. Absolutely, and the difference is, I mean, trust me, if you compare the crowd tomorrow night with the Chelsea game, there'll be no comparison in the atmosphere. The atmosphere tomorrow will be absolutely electric. There'll be no need for Mr. Gadusi to comment on the fans' behaviour. Although I thought that was a mountain out of a molehill anyway.
Yeah.
But just to ask them the same 11 to keep on going. Yeah, the same. I mean, I actually thought the 11 we had on paper on Tuesday on the field was better than the 11 that beat them 4-1, because we had and I love Dan Burn, you know, I love Dan Burn, but I thought Livramento for Burn was an improvement.
Yeah,
I thought Joey Linton for the card player was an improvement, and I didn't think I kind of disagree that Miley currently is better than Longstaff, which was one of the thoughts just put forward earlier on. I think he can certainly get to be much better than Longstaff, but you cannot fault Shawnee for what he's been doing for the last 18 months. Shawnee, Longstaff.
Lobby's normally what his dad was nicknamed Lobby, and I think
what was that? A strange nickname.
Because
No, they've got to have a foreign sound to them, or people don't think they're any good.
That's
So
true,
it's,
Will, that's true.
it's Shawnee. Anyway, so like I say on Tuesday, I thought we actually had a stronger 11, but as we all know, the bench was non-existent, so we had to go for 90 minutes, and we're going to have to do the same tomorrow, basically.
Yeah, we are. Does that
because-
worry you? Does that worry you, Jimmy?
Yes, because we have absolutely no room for error.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the only error that I could probably think of is putting Matt Ritchie on.
Roy, what do you reckon? Just ignoring that American git.
I think we'll start the same 11 tomorrow, but then we've got another game in 4 days, and then we've got another game again.
We do. Yeah,
and then we've got
the worrying bit is between the Thursday against Everton and the Sunday against Spurs. That's when it really starts to bite.
Yeah.
So
I think start the same 11 tomorrow, and then against Everton, you'll just have to sacrifice and maybe rest 4 or 5 players. But with the kids,
well, we can do that against the bin dippers, can't we? Really, I mean, the skip rats.
We can just get to.
Sorry, Roy, go on.
Then the Spurs, and then after Spurs is the biggest one, Milan. So
it's a tough few games coming up, without a shadow of a doubt.
Yeah, hopefully Botman and Willock are back by then.
Yeah,
by the Milan
fingers
game.
crossed. Mr. Wynn, what are you going for? What's the score?
I'm going for 0-0, hopefully.
After all that, you're going for a 0-0?
Yeah. I just think we're just going to the well too often. And if we can get a point out of tomorrow, I'll be well pleased.
Well, you'll be even more pleased if we get 3 points.
Believe me, I'll be painting the town red if we get 3.
Hey, I've gone for a 5-0. I tell you what, there'll be no leg shaving on Sunday night on this show, I'm telling you.
Well,
Well, with that many goal scorers, it very well might be, to be fair.
Obviously, I hope you're right, but there's a one for you. I just heard a lovely mnemonic the other day. You know, we beat Sheffield 8-0.
Yeah.
Who were the goal scorers and what was the order?
God, I can't remember.
Shit.
Hang
on.
Well, it was eight different players.
It was 8 different players. Did Longstaff get the first?
He did.
Yeah. Gordon the second?
Nope.
Bollocks.
I'll give you the mnemonic. Life burns better when goals are going in.
Well, Isak was the final goal.
Correct. So life burns better.
Burn the second.
Burns better.
Botman.
Correct. When?
Wilson.
Goals.
Gordon.
Or
Miggy.
Almiron.
Going.
Yeah.
Bruno.
Got Tomorrow's, that's right. And Isaac.
Bloody hell.
Light burns better when goals are going in.
Well, it certainly does.
Longstaff burns Botman. Burns better. Wilson. Wilson Gordon. Almiron, Gamoras, Isaac.
Brilliant.
Well, that's a good one to end on. Thank you very much for coming on, buddy.
Cheers, mate.
Thanks for having us, mate.
Speak to you soon. Good night.
Ta-da.
Night.
I'm knackered.
What a show.
Yeah, brilliant show tonight. Absolutely brilliant. And how have you enjoyed being back on the Toon Review, fellas?
Brilliant, mate.
It's nice.
Even though you faced your nemesis Harry again, I think it's good to get that out the way, Jimmy. Just to water under the bridge now, and I think that's nice.
Well, until we start doing trivia again.
Right. That is it, guys. As I say, me and Billy are back tomorrow at 7:30. Full match build-up and team news, followed by play-by-play commentary of the game. against Manchester United. I'm thoroughly looking forward to it, Billy. I think the commentating on it should be a really good night tomorrow night, and hopefully we're playing that music quite a few times. And there's no VAR controversy. Alex, will you be joining us at halftime if you're not in the huff?
I will be indeed. Yeah.
Okay. Because Alex was extremely annoyed. He was that annoyed on Tuesday night that he couldn't face coming on camera at the end.
I didn't want to swear on camera, but I'm sure we were all feeling the same.
I do it all the time at work.
Yeah, well, yeah, you're a different breed, Jimmy. That's the bottom line. But
I haven't sworn this show, so.
Yeah, you've done well tonight, Jimmy.
Still got 5 seconds going.
No, he hasn't, Billy. Thank you for the super chats, guys. Thank you to the mod squad. Thank you to Roy, Jimmy, Billy, and Alex. And thank you to everybody that's come on tonight. It's been a great show, great conversation, and a good laugh as well. And we will see you all tomorrow night for the watch along. In the meantime, enjoy the rest of your Friday night, guys. Good night for us.
How are the lads and lasses?
I'm Matt Ritchie.
Ni hao.
Come back and check on some